Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are enduring this whole quarantine process. It's quite the times to be living in it, man. Like we take so many things for granted, and I don't know, I've been thinking a lot about that lately, as the world has really changed in such a short amount of time, right? And I for one kind of live a quarantine life anyways. I don't go out too much, so it's not really a big impact on my own personal life. Through my perspective, you know, I work from home, right? And things haven't really changed all that much. I just have to be very careful whenever I go out, because I walk the dog at night, but we do have like a little forest behind the house. And we try to just not run into people and all that stuff, right? But I can't help but think about those who are extremely affected by this, right? People who are trying to pay their bills and feed their families, and all of a sudden they can't really work. And on top of that, like all the shit that's going on with the virus, man, it's a bit scary. Things are definitely escalating, and it's important for us to be disciplined. I guess I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, man, stay isolated and keep this going, because that's how we're gonna beat this. There's a very good video that I would recommend you guys to watch in case you haven't. It's my favorite channel on YouTube, Kutzergast. Search Kutzer, Kutzergast. It's like I said, I think it's the best channel on YouTube, and they did a really good video on the whole thing, and I would recommend you guys check it out. And yeah, man, just keep powering through, and in case you are bored or whatever with this, then you can watch me. I am gonna be streaming. I'm gonna be incrementing my Twitch schedule soon, because I tend to stream 5 days a week. Even though this week I had some technical problems on Thursday and I didn't. But in case you guys want to know my Twitch schedule and want to check me out there, the link to my Twitch is down below in the description. And if you look at my Twitch and scroll down, you'll see my schedule. I stream 5 days a week, from Tuesdays to Thursdays and from Saturdays to Sundays. And I start my streams at 2 p.m. CET. So yeah, check me out in case you have nothing better to do, I guess. And that's basically it. Let's hop into the deck tech. I don't know, I felt like talking about these things because a lot of us are, some more than others, going through some really rough shit right now, and it sucks, and it's important to talk about it, I guess. Let's go ahead and talk about the deck, though. We're going to be featuring a FIORA spell combo list, which I designed a couple of days ago and played in my stream a couple of days back. It is a deck concept that's not really new. This was a thing like a few months ago, but it hasn't really seen, like, this archetype hasn't really seen much play as of late, and I decided to take my own approach at it and hit up the ladder with a very, very nasty spell combo list that is aiming to combine FIORA and Karma through standalone driven synergies to win the game against some very key matchups. Like, this deck really capitalizes on spider builds, whether it's They Who Endure or Atrocity Spiders, or Endure Spiders as they call them, because they're not playing Iceborne Legacy anymore. Whether any variant of spider deck, even like the new spider deck with Karma that's running around, we can utilize FIORA to basically kind of have like an auto-win matchup against those if we do draw FIORA, as FIORA can capitalize on all these little bodies and obtain victory through her own abilities, which we are here to support. We have a full set of standalone. We got Twin Disciplines, Riposte, and then we have the likes of Chain Vest as well, to basically have multiple ways to buff up our 3-mana play and protect it from damage-based removal, as we just aim to outmuscle our opponents with 1 unit early on. And if that doesn't work, then we keep, combating our opponent's threats and everything until we reach turn 10, in which Karma becomes enlightened and pretty much wins the game through sheer value and force. Now, there's several things that I'm looking to change here. Like, I do think I want to mix it up between Riposte and, as I like to call it, hashtag Soul Reforge, Spirit's Refuge, which I don't know why, like I always call this card Soul Reforge. And in fact, there's like a Reddit post where they named this card Soul Reforge, and I was just laughing my ass off. I don't know, man. Like, one day I'll get this right, and I'll call this card by its name. I do not understand why I am so mentally obsessed with the term Soul Reforge. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know where I've heard that before. But whenever I think about this card, my brain's like, Soul Reforge. It's Soul Reforge. And yeah, I've been at it for like, I don't even know how long I've been calling this card the wrong name. But yeah, it's Spirit's Refuge. It gives us lifesteal, which can be very vital against aggro matchups. And I do believe it may take a slot over Riposte, though I love the +3 attack from Riposte. So it is a bit of a... It is a conflicting situation, right? Because Riposte has definitely come in handy multiple times. So maybe I'll try to spread out and have 2 of each and tweak the deck list a little bit in that regard. Regardless, the idea, as I mentioned earlier, is pretty simple. We play a 3-mana unit on turn 3 after we float mana our first couple of turns, so that we can play the likes of FIORA or River Shaper or Shadow Assassin with standalone backup. And from that point onwards, we aim to apply pressure with our buffed up 3-drop. River Shaper is fantastic in this deck. It is one of the prime sources, or yeah, one of the prime targets for buffs. You really want to buff this guy. The more resilient you make him, and the more attacks the more value you get out of him, right? Like every time you strike, you draw a spell. Like strike is anytime this thing hits something, even if it's a barrier, you will be drawing a spell from your deck. So he allows you to not run out of gas, and is a very, very snowballing threat that your opponent feels the urge to deal with pronto. And Chain Vest is low-key super good in this deck, man. Like, Chain Vest onto River Shaper or FIORA is the tith, dude. It really goes a long way, and it becomes very hard to deal with these units thanks to this 1 mana buff. So it's really neat. Definitely much better than Radiant Strike in this particular deck, as resilience is absolutely key and more valuable than a little bit of extra attack power. And that is the deck list right there. Full set of Deny, great way to counterplay with the opponent with triple Will of Ionia as well. The typical power Ionia plays that everybody loves and are totally not annoying at all. And of course, Karma just being fundamentally broken and winning the game at turn 10. I think I eventually will maybe make a video talking about what I feel towards Karma, because I do believe Karma is by far the most broken champion in the game right now, and represents a lot of potential problems for the future of Runeterra when it comes to designing new sets and cards. And I do believe she will be addressed eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The same as pandemics, Karma, hashtag pandemic. Let's go with that. So yeah, that's basically the deck. I got some good gameplay for you guys today at high ranked masters. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and that's all I gotta say. Have a swell day, enjoy the games, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright. We're gonna keep the Deny because this is clearly a control matchup. The main win condition is FIORA, yes. But also Karma.
The Order rewards its faithful. I will play my part.
We are tapping ourselves out, but considering the matchup, I'm doing this because of the matchup, because if he has Grasp of the Undying, we survive.
They cannot hide. Silent as death. will play my part.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost. Is everyone okay?
You're safe with me!
Knowledge springs from many sources.
They cannot hide. The Freljord's eternal guardian!
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
I'm gonna go for this on this. Because at 4 mana, with this color combination, he can't deal with karma. At least not that I know of. He can Birdo steal this.
Eternal winter!
Heart and mind as one.
And now, let the degeneracy begin.
One candle for every soul.
It's too late for you. The Freljord's eternal guardian!
I forgot to give this ghost. I derped. Ah. I was gonna do it too, but I just kind of like slipped. Ah, that's big. That's big because this would guarantee my lethal. Now we force the harsh winds.
Brace yourself.
Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because he had harsh winds anyway, so it's irrelevant. gonna do a full mulligan as we search for our 3-drops. Where's FIORA? Yeah, I can't seem to draw her. This opening hand's not great, but it is one of the risks of this deck, right? Like we have a very high spell density, so we have to mulligan pretty aggressively. I mean, we do have a unit, but it's a 5-drop, right? Like Karma kind of like doesn't count. We want FIORA or Shadow Assassin or the River Shaper. The River Shaper is really strong. There she is. This could be my deck. Nice, just in time.
They would fall
By my blade.
Strike quickly, try me.
Take heart.
I love Chain Vest in this deck, by the way.
My shield is my sword. Show me your best.
That's risky.
Nothing to hold me back. I have no equal. For the honor of trying me.
For the honor of try me.
I've dressed for the occasion in red.
Counter and strike.
On guard!
Another victory for House Laurent.
That's the idea of the deck. Multiple win conditions. Yeah, I mean, that guy was like 1,700, right? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was playing my Crimson deck. Like Bloody Winter right here. Because he was playing the Spiders. And you don't see that too often with Crimson. Huh.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
A calling strike.
Break their spirits and their souls.
Let them eat swords. En garde. Just the way I like it.
Because she's a champion, she cannot be purified. Which is very relevant in this matchup. Because this region combination cannot handle her well.
One banner, one destiny.
We do gotta make sure we don't die, though.
I demand hardly fair.
I'm bluffing. What I'm doing here, you see what you see what I did there? I bluffed a judgment.
I will cut you down. Try me. En garde.
victory!
2 down.
2 more to go.
Always 2 steps ahead. Nothing to hold me back. Soldiers, to me!
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win. Follow my lead! Strike quickly, try me.
Oh, please.
Tragedy. This will be quick.
Forgot how sexy that animation was. Alright, this is a very, very interesting matchup. This is one of the reasons why I opted to build a deck around FIORA. The thing is, we have to mulligan aggressively for FIORA. Where are you, FIORA? Hello.
That egg, did it move?
Come on, FIORA. Come on, FIORA.
I'd follow you anywhere.
Of course you would.
No.
Water changes but never breaks. Strike, we will reform. What form will the waters take? Engulf them.
You have to get me out of here. Please, I have connections.
A gift from the river folk.
The dark beckons. I will play my part.
Currents, pull them down.
I could go for a judgment, but I'm vulnerable to deny, amongst other things. So I'd rather go for this. Not in the red yet.
What form will the waters take?
Ionia speaks through me.
Sweep them away.
I want to prevent the card drop. And draw myself.
A gift from the river folk.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
Strike, we will reform. What form will the waters take?
That's basically why I wanted to, like, I want to find FIORA in that matchup, because FIORA in that matchup can just kind of like auto win, right? But we were pretty unlucky. We were definitely pretty unlucky with our draws there. I want to keep the standalone.
What about Spirit's Refuge for lifesteal?
Yeah, no, I think Spirit's Refuge may end up being better, because we do generally need the lifesteal. There you are. Yeah, I think I may end up making that change.
Push back the darkness.
I think I will definitely make that change.
This is mercy.
Savior worlds, we speak with blades. Just the way I like it.
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win. I never try me. What a pity.
So salty. That's me right now. Thank you for the sub, buddy. How many? Think of the prime. Definitely need a health gain instead of riposte, for sure.
I will cut you down. En garde!
A cut above the rest.
Could we play into Ruination here? Fortunately, not anything I can do.
Ionia speaks through me.
Can at least develop Karma and start generating some value with her. Look at you.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
They would fall by my blade. Silent as death.
Again, I don't want to overcommit to a board in which, you know, Ruination can happen again, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Strike quickly, try me.
We must make our own path.
I'm okay with this trade. At this point, I'm aiming to win with Karma anyways. Though, to be fair,
Put vengeance to rest.
Arigato gozaimasu!
Today we turn the tide of war! I fight for the fallen! No place for the kind.
We swim within the flows of magic. The rivers shape the land and give it life.
Remember the fallen! You will be scoured from this land!
I will hold the line.
Strike, we will reform.
It's too late for you.
So now what we're gonna do. I don't agree with that line of play that he did. He had the single combat.
Injustice!
Plus the Vile Feast. He should have prioritized Karma.
The waters take. The waters are still.
Peace begins within. Do not question our resolve.
Not sure if this attack is correct. Because it does, like, if he trades with this, it does force me to go for...
I will end this here!
We weren't expecting callers.
Justice will be served!
Sure.
Hope burns on.
He doesn't get the life gain, which is pretty important. There's our insight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There was hope.
Sa Elasa, here to be.
I miscounted.
The dark beckons.
I miscounted it. I had 8 cards. Alright, let's see if this is the Mage Seeker deck. In which case, I definitely do want to keep the River Shaper in hand. And the Denies.
Water changes but never breaks.
River Shaper applies a lot of pressure.
Sweep them away.
You could have a Purify though. So I don't want to go for standalone.
Form will the waters take?
At least not yet.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
Always 2 steps ahead.
We can do this!
For the honor of House Laurent. Try me.
A gift from the river folk.
Let the light guide you.
Silent as death.
Better! Brighter than before!
Holy mother of greed.
By the light!
I will cut you down.
What form will the waters take?
The sun is shining. We should too.
The dark beckons.
Ionia speaks through me. My spirit is an unquenchable fire. Peace begins within. Where there is life, there is hope. Sa elasa tiridi.
Counter and strike.
A gift from the river folk.
All flash, no substance.
Latrianondi.
All right.
We must make our own path.
Another victory for House Laurent.
Another victory for House Laurent.